Alright, so I'm gonna jump into this game, and it's actually the same game I've done a few episodes, because I just saw that...
Fletcher, we are losing your signal. Activate one of the beacons in the factory outskirts.
That this is like the end game. So... road here. But yeah, so I was thinking, since I'm on a roll here, why not see if maybe finish this. So that means that I will gonna have to finish the game with what I have, which should be fine. Yeah, it seems like you're gonna go up into... I did just peek a little bit, but into like a huge battle arena. That's all I know about this. I haven't watched how it ends or anything. Just that we're gonna end up in like this part. So I probably don't need to collect any more like power up things. Means find the distress. This probably isn't necessary this time. I've got a new phone. Yeah, I'm sorry, but the audio here just for some reason decided to pump itself like crazy, so I'm gonna lower that. Like, I could hear it just... That audio lever is not working. This is weird. I've taken down the music volume by 45% and it still is quite high. Raise it a little bit. It's a little bit weird how the audio and sliders are. Let's set it to 40. Let's pump it all the way to 50. Because you have global volume, music volume, and voice volume. You don't have any sound effects for that. Hmm. I have one more point if there is like an upgrade beacon somewhere. The music volume just went up a little bit again. I'm lowering it. Weird. Gonna be 40, hopefully that works. If you have, there should be an upgrade station if we get this like upgrade currency still, so okay, what do you want to tell me? Incoming data. Weak point.
We don't have another choice. We must do this.
Rapid response forces all inbound. Head towards the gate. Avoid any contact with the overseer. Evac site is past the factory.
This cannot be a combat arena, right? What? Another one? You go. There we go. Health. There we go. Ooh, down to 70 health there.
There's the gate. And one big motherfucker, too.
Alright, this is what I saw a little bit of. This is gonna be a huge battle arena with just waves of enemies. That's an upgrade station in here, maybe? Yeah? Oh, that's one. Yeah, I don't think that I'll be able to. Here we go. I just... Hello? Are you going to... Oh, right, more. Oops. Not that again. Oof. The hell?
before destroying the weak spots, Major.
I hope these blueprints are accurate. Let's tear this fucker apart.
Oh, the final boss. Interesting.
The fusion cells. Have them suck in one of those. They are the blue barrels.
Okay. Where are the fusions? Are there these little tiny annoying can I not have just one of the big ones? No. Okay, so we have to what? Put down those.
Cells. Have them suck in one of those. They are the blue barrels.
Oh, right. Now we're supposed to... Oh, these tiny annoying ones again.
Not enough. Make you need one of the EMP bells.
Oof. Alright. Quite interesting. I was thinking the small ones would gonna be a lot bigger problem, but yes, they were manageable. Come on. Wanted some. Okay. I'm guessing this is the end of the game? Beyond one secret. Huh. Let's continue here and just see.
So this is Haven. Looks nothing like Bazaar. Shit! What the fuck? This kill was mine. Next time, find your own.
Stand down, Major. I'm not your enemy. Good to see you. In pretty good health, Major Fletcher.
Fucking Major. What is this place? How did you...
I'll be glad to answer all your questions in a safer place.
Whatever. Do you know that Bazour is...
Izor is lost, probably with no possibility to reclaim it.
Who the hell are you? How did you keep this place secret?
We are people who survived. This is what matters. You will learn the rest later. Major Fletcher, Professor Novak, welcome to Haven.
Alright, that's the end. Oof. Alright. Overall, a nice, good game. I think it has... as I said, I read it was supposed to be kind of short, but... I don't know, 8 hours for me. It's alright. Don't mind that. Weapon system and everything are quite fine. It's just, I think that like the AR and the pulse rifle, I would like to upgrade them to be more powerful. Would love to be able to use those guns against the small enemies. But maybe that's just a game decision that they wanted you to really use like the traps, the gravity field, the proximity mines and stuff like that to really like utilize that game mechanic. So it was definitely annoying in the like the tight spaces until I really started utilizing the grenade launchers, secondary fire that really helped with smaller enemies. And graphically, I love this game. Music is definitely nice. Music are, you know, good, great, but sound effects sometimes maybe could weak. Settings and, you know, the menu system are perfectly fine here in the Reset Redux version. Some tweaking maybe to like the... You have 5 like upgrades to the weapons or mods. Maybe turn those down to 3. That would make it easier to keep track of them, and it will make you be able to like your favorite one to upgrade it to be more oomph to instead. Would have been probably easier than to have 5, because you're never gonna use 5 weapon mods. Swapping between 2 mods on one gun is pretty good, meaning that you have like 4 different weapon choices. But utilizing 2 guns, 5 mods, and have 10 different, like, you know, you need to first swap guns, and if you have the wrong weapon mods that you don't want for that fight, you have to swap again. And then if you have to memorize 5 different mods per gun, a little bit overwhelming. So 2, maybe 3 weapon mods per gun. Really nice idea, and you aren't really forced to swap that much, which is nice. You can do it because you just find yourself in a sticky situation or something, or in a different fights, like where the enemy waves comes in an open arena. That's great, because then you can adapt really your mods to that situation. I really enjoy that one. But then again, the first weapon mods that you get, even if you upgrade it, they are pretty soon into the game quite difficult to really enjoy against. They are really weak against most of them enemies, and the small enemies that they are good at in the beginning are just warming you, so they then become not so good. But the weapon is something that I would have looked over if I could. I didn't really use the melee weapon. It's supposed to be really powerful, but it just doesn't feel for me that it has a good place here. This isn't an up-face combat, because when the enemy dies they explode, so you don't want to be up-face to them anyways. It's kind of a weird decision. And I would also turn down the explosion radius. It's insane sometimes. You're throwing your grenade launcher and shooting it really far off, and you still take damage, and you're like, how is that possible? Quite crazy. Those are the two biggest things. Weapon balancing there and the radius of the grenade, because then the corridors that you are getting swarmed would be more manageable, because there are some fights in too tight spaces that are a little bit like, it's not really a good challenge, it's more like disturbing challenge. And the death room that I once encountered, in one level there were so many kind of crap like that, would tone those down. You can have like one or a few, like maybe 1 or 3 over the course of a game, then it's like, wow, what the hell. But when that level, it like seemed like every room that had like one of these upgrade points in it, like, you just, okay, here's gonna swarm of enemies and I'm gonna be locked in here, and kinda took away all of the charm from it that some might find. I don't really find it charming at all to be suddenly trapped in a room with just a hit of enemies. Thank God the automatic checkpoint system here is really good. Maybe not like perfect for everyone or something, but it's really good. You get good checkpoints before important parts. You don't have to replay a lot of things. Because a majority of the playtime I didn't really utilize the quick save. It was more towards the end, just because I don't know, just felt like a natural thing there. I think it started after the death room thing, that I didn't want to find myself in a situation that I'm locked in a room, blasted to hell, and then having to go back a couple of minutes. But it's just a couple of minutes. It's not like major anyway. So it is definitely a really solid game. Super ultra wide support, widescreen support, Nordic 4x3 support. Holds up very well today if you like linear game. Okay? It is linear. Not open. The secrets, I didn't find all secrets, so they are definitely more sneaky. Like one was up in the roof that I'm like by accident, so you are going for 100% secret hunting, you would definitely get more out of it. I do believe there is like a DLC. I might just start it, but not start like you're doing a video. Maybe I do a let's try. I'm not certain that I just wanna throw myself into more right after it. But yeah. The shame it took me so long time before I played it. Especially since I was kindly gifted a key by a random person on the internet. So just gave away a free key on a forum, and like, anyone wants this? Sure, I like FPS. I played a little bit, yeah, that's fine. Never finished it until like 1 or 2 years later, maybe even 3. I don't know. Because it never got frustrating. And the normal is definitely on the easier side of normal, but it's okay, because I still started dying towards the end, so it's it ramped up I think it's a fine normal, but it's you could call it an easier normal difficulty. Some normal difficulty are a little bit more challenging. I probably could have done this game on hard, but I would have died more definitely. But if you know, if you want a game that's probably, if you turn down the difficulty to easy, you like the settings, but you are a little bit, you know, on the fence for FPS games, this might maybe be a good way to start with it. You have, you know, a bit upgrade abilities and tweaking, and it's not super challenging, it's not exploration, you can easily find your way to. This might be a good way to ease into it, but many games have easy settings that make them accessible to more people. But the linearity can actually help if you're new to FPS games. Not have to explore too much of open areas. I guess that could be the most personal thing to say that is negative or positive. Is the linearity is massive. It is a corridor shooter to maximum. You don't really have more than like room to left or right basically to explore. So that's the thing. But the good thing also is that it's very little backtracking. A lot of games have a lot of backtracking. It's not a lot in this one that I felt, at least. I do know that I went back through a few areas, but didn't really feel like I backtracked through like levels that some games have. I can see the cuts, like the credits rolling. They are weirdly enough placed all the way to the right. Usually credits are placed in the middle, and especially on the ultra wide or super ultra wide, you know, 3840 by 1080. It's kind of weird that credits are all the way to the right. One more thing that might be nice to point out is that the HUD. I think the developers should really start to focusing more on getting them in the middle. It doesn't matter if you're playing on a 4x3, 16x9, 21x9, 32x9. Keep the HUD in the middle center. Because even if I can see the HUD, it's not great to look, you know, far to the left. The HUD in this is optimized for 16x9, definitely I can see that, and then for 21x9. So when you're playing on 32x9, the HUD will still be a little bit in, which is good, but it should be even more in the center. Just makes it so much easier. You want your vital information center. And the final thing might be that the weapon mod, if you could have made a bigger difference, it could have been easier to see which mod I had. But again, if the HUD would have been centered, I could have quickly looked to the HUD and be, oh, grenade launcher, RPG. So yeah, really wish that more developers started centering them. Like even on the 16x9, you don't have to have them by the side. Bring in the vital information to the center. Playing on super ultra wide, I definitely more and more just really get like, man, we need to start bringing the HUD together. In the center, the HUD should be bottom center. That's where I want the HUD to be. So many games have pushed them to the right and left. That is actually not good. And it's amplified by this resolution that I'm playing on. But it really isn't great. Because it's much quicker to just move your eyes quickly down a little bit and then back to center. And it is moving like left down, then right down. Just not as nice. The motion isn't as, you know, quick and as fluid. Not to me at least. Up and down is easier to move the eyes quickly. So yeah, I was thinking I could wait for the credits to see if there's something happening, but doesn't seem to be. Just finished. Read me blah 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 blah. Oh, this is nice, so you can replay it with all your upgrades and get more. That's cool. I like New Game Plus to be able to replay. Problem with this is probably that you don't have save slots. That's definitely one little bad one. You can create profiles. Okay, so that's nice at least. You can create another one. 13 deaths, not too bad. Time played, it took me 8 hours and 44 minutes. Oh yeah, it's a good length for a game like this. These stats. I don't know. Wait a minute. Game. Survival Heroic EXT. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I haven't installed the DLC. I'm gonna check that one out. Anyway, I think that's all I had to say about this game. That it's not Doom 2016 level of fun for me, but it's a solid FPS that I regret not playing much earlier. Should have done that. So that's where I'm gonna end it. Thank you for watching, and if you watched the entire series, a big thank you, and see you in the next game coming up, hopefully. And yeah, hope you have a good day then.